Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins, where... Let's go talk to Morrigan.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you
If
something.
you must.
How did you become a shapechanger?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
Your mother's been doing this for a long time.
Changing
then?
her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Can anyone become a shapechanger?
Anyone with sufficient will. But the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. Indeed, you could learn the spells required if I cared to teach you.
That seems like a stupid question. Can you change into other human
The
forms?
form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
I've never heard of magic. Do you spend a lot of time
There
in
were
now?
nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
Okay. What do other animals think of you when you're
They
changed?
do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
I have heard of magic like that before.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
Whatever. I think your abilities sound quite
A
useful.
most practical opinion. Far more so than any man I have spoken to. But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us.
Okay. Oh, she approves. Yay.
What do you wish of me? If you must.
Is Flemeth really what she seems
Well, that
to be?
depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
An old woman. Human?
Oh, she certainly was human.
Was?
Once.
Was?
Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
Holy crap, she's crazy. I've heard a little of it.
No doubt such a tale has mutated much over time and telling. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
Yeah. Yeah.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful. A fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
How long ago is this?
Many centuries. Before this land was even named Ferelden.
How are we
The
okay that
tales
she's lived for
say
so long?
that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dreadlord Conobar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conobar the jealous lord, who looked on from afar. Lord Conobar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife. And Osen agreed.
No. He sold
The
his
life of a
wife?
bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conobar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead.
My gosh.
Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
Whoa. So she truly loved Osen?
That was not the point. Conobar had no honor,
Yeah,
so she
I
would not
figured.
have him.
Figured.
Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conobar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conobar's allies chased Flemeth, you see. Chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong.
Oh my gosh.
The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later.
Yeah.
All lies.
Even my people have heard of Cormac.
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords.
Wow.
Thus, he was hailed a hero.
Victor's
Flemeth
right
was only
history.
attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
How is it Flemeth has
The
survived
demon
for so
within
long?
her has transformed her into
She's still got one?
something else. An abomination,
Oh,
perhaps
snap.
some would say.
Oh, snap.
I know not.
Okay.
I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
Whoa, okay, if you've played through Inquisition, you know that is key. Very interesting. Oh. Oh. Wow. The legend tells of Flemeth having made
You
her
ask if I have
daughters.
sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
Why would she
The
refuse to speak of them?
Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts. It may be true. I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemeth will eat my heart as well.
Whoa. Aren't abominations usually insane
How
horrors?
often is this usually? Always? If not always, then when is it not true? There are more things in this world and the next than you or I could ever hope to understand. What Flemeth became is a mystery. I suspect, even to her.
This is so interesting! Slight spoiler for Inquisition. Just for a second, a little bit like 5 seconds, but she's a vessel! Ah, okay, I'm done. Do you believe her version?
I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has colored her memories.
She is bitter.
But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
An interesting story, thank you.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
I love her. Is she still alive? What else do you want to know?
Nothing. I wish to know nothing more. I find myself a little envious, to tell the truth. But it matters not. Let us move on.
Huh. Do you love your mother?
What do you wish of me? If you must.
Anything else? Have you ever been hunted by the Chantry?
My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes. By
You!
Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The
I'm
Templars
sure.
would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
You really had no trouble
I
with
am
them.
unsure. I was too young to understand, and perhaps 'twas bravado on Flemeth's part, or perhaps she was merely amused. I will never know. Flemeth would warn them once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Nice. Surely more would have followed. Flemeth used you as bait.
It was a game, and I a young girl. If I didn't get to play, I would have been very upset.
Indeed.
Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
I know what an apostate is. Do you still think that was fun?
I think that my mother made it fun so that a child did not learn to fear. And I think that it was necessary. There are no trials for apostates, no prisons, no mercy. There are only absolutes, so only survival matters.
Yeah.
If the wilds have taught me anything, 'tis this. First, you must survive. Do you disagree?
You're probably right.
An interesting answer for a mage.
Yeah?
Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
You have to survive. If anything's gonna get done, you have to survive. You know? Like, I mean, some people would say that a dying in a certain way would, like being a martyr or something, would gain your cause more than if you had lived, but in some cases, dying is the worst thing that can happen to your cause, you know what I mean? So, and I can definitely see where she's coming from, if nothing else. I feel like my robes, they kind of look like, I look like a mermaid. They're pretty, I like them. I do feel like the chest looks weird, like the boobs. Like there's too much space between her boobs and like her chin. Like the chest area above her boobs is like really long. And like her boobs are like set really low in her torso. And then her waist is like really skinny and very, very short. She would have a long torso, it would look like it anyway, if her boobs were a little higher up. They're just a little bit weird. And like, I think everybody else has normal posture where they kind of lean forward a little bit, at least a little bit, but my back is ramrod straight. Like, ramrod. Like, nobody stands like that, you know what I mean? I feel like Morrigan has at least a little bit of a little bit of a bend in her back, but I'm not sure.
What do you wish of me?
Discuss something personal?
We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Why are you still here?
I am here because Flemeth commanded me to aid you. Why? Do you wish me to leave? I can do so if you prefer.
No. No, I don't want you to leave. Do you want to leave?
If I wanted to leave, then I would go. I remain, so do not ask such pointless questions.
Okay. Oh my gosh! Nope. Redoing that. Oh, dang. Did I save it all? Yeah, hold up. I guess that was kind of redundant. It's like she would leave if she wanted to. We've already kind of discussed that, so why worry about it? You know what I mean? Oh man. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it has been a while since I have saved. Oh my gosh. Almost an hour. Such is life. Alright. I guess this... I might end this episode here, or I might just, like... hopefully I'll attach it to the next one that comes after this, but I'm gonna have to play through that, so you guys will have to see it again. So, if I don't come back, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks! Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back to Origins. If we're coming back, or if I've just, you know, mooshed it all together, then yes, we're mooshing it all together. Hopefully I mush it together. If not, welcome back. I did accidentally ask her if she could teach others to become shape changers already, and she has agreed to teach me. So I'm not gonna ask her the personal question because that seems like a stupid thing to get into to bother her about being here or not. So we will save the game really quick. Yeah, yes, right there. I'm really glad it auto-saved, and that I happened to do my inventory stuff before, the auto-save, because that would have been a pain. Levy, yep, talked to him already. So Alistair is quite fond of me. My dog loves me. Wynne so far. Liliana, Morrigan. I'm like back at like normal with her. Oh, jeez. Does she like need boots or something? Oh, I didn't realize she didn't have boots or anything. Oops. That was overlooked. I look at her. I guess it doesn't really... I think the only thing that changes your look is like your general armor, really. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Actually, I think... I don't know. But, I like her look a lot, so... Wait, Stan is even Stevens with me, and Zevran apparently likes me a lot, so... Wow, he's got a negative... So, like, he's, like, super, like, woo! Somehow. His fatigue. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could have, like, a negative fatigue score. Jeez. Interesting. So, could he wear chainmail, too? I guess it is medium armor. It's only the heavy stuff that's heavy armor. Anyway, so we finished up the conversation with basically we were done with Morrigan's question. We just asked the personal one, and then that ended badly. So we're not gonna do that. Liliana, I need to talk to Liliana.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
Oh, we have talked.
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
Yeah. Condescending?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain.
That is
They
interesting.
want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary,
That's
the
so
beggars
weird.
and the fools.
What did you say to them?
What can I say to them? What they believe is what the Chantry says, and the Chantry is infallible, yes? Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
Well, geez. Wow.
Yes? Well, here I am. Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think. I know one, told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth?
Yes, I've heard of Flemeth.
Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you.
Tell me the whole story.
Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his wife. Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing, she practiced her art. And then one day, a young poet named Osen came to the castle. Flemeth was captivated by Osen's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love.
Ooh, the plot thickens. What happened then?
Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Kokari wilds with the Chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Osen entered Highever, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle ran red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn, she stole back to the wilds to plot and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many Chasing men, and with their help, begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Kokari wilds.
Whoa. That's cool. That's a little bit different than the other story that... The two stories that, of the two stories that Morrigan told me, the one that she said everybody told. So that one's a little different. Let's move on. So every time you ask a story from Leliana, she likes that. Okay, let's try to do gifting. Do you think she'd like this? A book? Oh, I didn't give the Oh, I think she'd like the Chantry amulet too.
That's a wonderful thought. I don't know what to say.
Yay! I think she'd also like this one.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Wait, hold up. Let's save before I start gifting things. Oh wait, sorry. Morrigan. Maybe I should just give her this.
A fine gift.
Yay!
You have my thanks.
You're welcome. Sten. I don't know. I can think only to give him that, but I don't know. Sten or Zebran likes pretty things. Ugh. I'm not sure. I already gave him his gift. Right. Hopefully you like that. Not that you need it. But I need to get rid of some stuff. Wynne. I might give her the white rune stone. Maybe Sten would like the steel bracers.
Unexpected. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you think he'd like the stone? Oh, maybe. I know the Kunari, they tend to like dragons, from what I remember. Maybe I should talk to Wynne just before I do that.
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
Are you alright?
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary.
Indeed.
As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
You look very good. You are very sprightly.
Thank you. You're very kind to say so. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about Mass Effect 3 at the end. If you've played it, there's someone who definitely deserves their rest and is, in a way, very content to do so. I'm sure you'll be kicking around for years. Don't say those things.
Oh, no. I'm not the sort of person that leaves things unfinished.
I can will myself to not die. Don't worry about it.
Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
I've heard... Well, there was Connor.
Ah, yes, Connor, of course. The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
But it is its knowledge that drives you to be cautious.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back, or at least that's what they say.
You have doubts?
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
Mm-hmm. Why do you care so much
Because
about this?
every mage lives with this threat. It is constantly on our minds. Do not trouble yourself, though. This is only an old lady giving voice to her musings.
Sometimes it's the most important things. Yes, okay. You can fade away, little approval marks now. Okay.
Irving told me about how you became a Grey Warden, and that unpleasant incident that occurred prior to your departure from the Circle.
I still wish it hadn't turned out the way it did.
That's not something either of us can alter. So, it is best to put it behind you. But that aside, you're a Grey Warden now, and perhaps I presume too much by saying this, but the Circle is proud of you.
Thank you. If I wonder what Irving saw in me that made him recommend me.
Do not squander this time trying to explain why Irving picked you.
Accept it, and be the Grey Warden you're supposed to be. Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not.
How do you know about the joining?
Perhaps it was meant to be.
Boop, boop.
I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you?
It means I've been chosen to do something important.
There's that, of course. But there's more to being a Grey Warden than killing Darkspawn
Yeah, that's what I was
and
thinking, and
saving the world from the Blight.
I was like, I don't know.
Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others, about serving all people,
Were you
whether
a Grey
elves
Warden?
or dwarves or men.
You mean to say I serve as a protector?
As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men, and you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus, it is you who serves, not they.
I will keep that in mind.
A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and
A king
foremost.
is often the least free.
A king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
So in a way, having power confines
If you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond. But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome.
She is lecturing, but it's interesting stuff.
Is there something you need?
Why didn't you want to stay in the tower?
The circle is in good hands. Irving knows what to do, and he doesn't need me underfoot. For now, I will support those that battle the Darkspawn. I do feel I left things unfinished in Ostagar. There is so much left to do, and I would be part of it.
I'm glad for
The
your
Grey
company.
Wardens, all 2 of you, need all the help you can get. I will see this through to the bitter end, and after that, if I am still left standing, then I will return to the circle.
I am sure you'll be able to return if you choose.
Perhaps.
If you so choose.
Is there something you need?
I'd like to ask
I
you
will
about
answer
circle.
to the best of my ability.
How did you become
People
a mage?
don't become mages. They are born mages. The talent just surfaces later. But you are asking how I ended up at the circle. I was brought there by the Templars, just like many of the other apprentices. I don't remember very much. I was very young then.
What about your family?
I didn't have a family. I never knew my real parents. My earliest memory was of hiding in a hayloft on a farm, trying to keep warm.
Wow.
I was found, and the farmer's wife was kind enough not to send me away. But they had children of their own, and I was never made to feel welcome. The eldest son was the worst. He was always calling me a stray, and throwing anything he could get his hands on at me. And I don't know how it happened, but one day, he just found his hair on fire.
Nice.
Fortunately, there was a large trough nearby.
Serves him right.
He ran screaming, dripping head and all, to his mother. I was shut up in the barn with a bowl of water and a crust of hard bread. The Templars arrived several mornings later.
Were the Templars mean to you?
One of them ignored me, but the other was kind to me. He gave me sweets and even sat me on his shoulders once when I wanted to look over a high wall that ran along the road. I'll never forget the moment the Templars led me into the entrance hall of the tower. I had never seen anything so grand in my life. I stopped being afraid then. I knew I was home.
Wow. That sounds so cheesy. That's a great story. But I don't know, like, I feel like, I don't know. I personally kind of wish I could run away with the Dalish, so that's going to probably filter over into my character. But I wonder if I came from that, or if, like, I don't know. It's maybe home, but... I don't know.
Well, that's about all there is to my tale. That's how I came to the circle.
It's been a while
It
since
has
I
been
left the tower.
almost a year, hasn't it?
What?
Do you miss the tower at all?
It was my home.
You can take a mage out of the circle, but you can't take the circle out of the mage. Or so Irving used to say. He was joking, but there is some truth to the statement. A mage never really leaves the circle, and for the rest of your life you will be seen as a circle mage.
I am proud to be a mage of the circle.
Even though you are a Grey Warden now, you are a mage, and always will be, especially in the eyes of others.
Yep.
You represent both mages and Grey Wardens, and your actions may reflect well or badly
and
on both
elves
groups.
a little bit.
Remember that.
I will try. Thank you for the
Oh,
advice.
but listen to me go on. You start a conversation, and I just run away with it, don't I?
I'm glad you take the time to
I've
counsel
been
me.
mentoring apprentices for so long.
Yeah,
it's
that's where
become
it comes
something I
from.
do
That makes sense.
unconsciously. I don't know if I could stop even if I wanted to.
That makes sense. Haha. Well, this one. Okay. Gifts.
Oh, marvelous.
I don't know. I think that was nice. She liked that. Who have I not? I've given Liliana, Morrigan, Sten. I haven't given Zevran anything just because I don't know what he wants. Blah. And I mean, there's gonna be other people coming, so I think, I'm pretty sure there's at least, oh god, 3 more maybe? I don't even know their names. I've been like kind of skimming through when I'm asking, like, you know, how do I get to camp and everything. It's a couple other names have popped up, but I don't know, and I don't know, maybe I've missed out on them. Like, oh no, I think I'm definitely gonna get a dwarf and possibly an elf. And maybe somebody from the Arl's house whenever I finish that. But other than that, I don't know if there's like any other towns really that I'm gonna be running into people in, or if there are more people that I missed in Lothering or anything. Oh snap! I was just looking up if there's a storage item. But if you get the Warden's Keep DLC, after you complete it, there will be a chest outside where you can store everything. And I think that that's the one that we saw. Oh, Gall! Oh! Yay! She got an increased ability and willpower. Sweet! Save again. Save. So, who do we have? We've talked to Alistair, Liliana. So the only one left is Sten, right?
Yes,
Oh, you're so tall. I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Never
Very
mind.
well.
I wanted to discuss something
Speak,
you
then.
mentioned. Oh,
Then I suggest we move on.
okay.
As you wish.
So Sten is all done then. Okay. That's cool. That's everybody. Let's go see if my doggy says anything. Nope. Or if he... I like it when people interact with him. It's fun. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna have to play through... Well, from here we're gonna travel to the Dalish camp. Where I was previously, and we'll skip through the intros in the beginning, but basically then we'll get back up where I left off. There might be some weird editing going on there, but yeah, we will head out then. Now that we've got everybody talked to, I'm pretty sure there wasn't anything else I was worried about. Yeah, I do think I need to get them taken care of. Okay, so anyway, thank you all for joining me. That was a lot of talking, I know, but it's really good to get the info. I'm learning a lot of stuff that I'm like picking up from things from. I'm sure I'm missing some things, like the time Cullen was talking about, like when I said, oh, this is the pain Cullen went through. I think Cullen specifically says that whatever in Inquisition, that what happened to him that really changed him was actually in Kirkwall. I'm pretty sure he said it was at Kirkwall, which happens in Dragon Age 2. But anyway, I know I've been playing really far ahead. I do appreciate the comments that people will probably be putting up, and giving me advice. I'm gonna slow down here soon. I'm just gonna head out to the, catch up to where I was at, and then I'm gonna start actually uploading these. I appreciate your guys' patience. Hopefully, I'm gonna get things a little more solidly done with uploads and stuff, but, anyway. That's a different thing. So, thank you again. I'll see you in the next one.